Hello everybody. I'm up here on beautiful Monteagle Mountain, not too far away from Sewanee. Gates were open on Sam H. Werner's Military Museum. Let's take a look and see what we can see today, shall we? Looks like we're going to have an interesting time. Well, they are not open on Sundays, but luckily the owner has let me in to take a look at this place, and oh my goodness, look at all of this amazing stuff. This is absolutely incredible.
The 1915 white, after World War I, they call these a Liberty truck. Over to the right is a 1914 Wagon, still has the U.S. on the side of it. What a lot of people don't realize is that we still had a lot of horse and mule drawn pieces of equipment all the way up to early World War II. The tank is a 1941 Stuart. And the vehicle right behind it is an M20 Greyhound. It's a medium armor, fairly fast. It would run about 58 to 60 miles an hour. And the vehicle behind it is an M114, all aluminum armored Scout. The Jeep just in front of it is a Mighty Mite. They built those for the Marine Corps about 1960 to 1962. And this is Jeep right here is the only one we let children climb into so they can have pictures made, and that's an M151. Jeep in a crate, well, this is an M38A1 body that was never assembled. And over behind is the back end of a 1943 Dodge 3/4 ton weapons carrier. And it was gray because it was on the Lend-Lease program with Switzerland.
Oh my goodness. I thought this place was big, but it's a lot further along than I thought it was. Goodness gracious.
So the first Jeep to your left here, 1941 Bantam, named by Bantam Car. They were one of the original people or original companies that started producing Jeeps. They actually won the contract. Of course, the war started off in the Pacific, so military needed more vehicles, so they gave the design to Ford, which is right to the right. So there's a 1941 Ford GP. And then the next vehicle was a Willis, and that one's kind of interesting. It's all cosmolined up. All the electrical pieces are cosmolined, all the straps.
Oh, wow.
And it only has 134 miles registered on the odometer. What makes this museum different are these four Jeeps behind you here. These were the 1943 prototypes for the glider program. So the military was looking for something that was lightweight, so they had to be under 1,300 pounds, had to be four-wheel drive, and air-cooled. And so the Chevrolet that was the first one down there has an Indian motorcycle engine in it. The one to the far left, the Willis here, has got a Harley-Davidson engine in it. And then the Crosby's got a Waukesha, and the Kaiser has got a AO65 engine in it.
So there were only two prototypes made, and this is one of two?
This is serial number one of both of them.
Wow.
It's got the Indian motorcycle engine in it. And then you can see the Willis down here with the Harley-Davidson engine in it. It's a mid-engine vehicle.
I bet it was balanced out really well with having it.
There were 6 of the Willis's made.
That is amazing.
The left side has basically, the left side of this room is predominantly World War II vintage pieces of equipment. So we have a 1942 Hoover officer's trailer, a 1945 MB, which is a Navy Shore Patrol Jeep. Then the next vehicle is a 1944 Dodge 3/4 ton command car, and it is also gray like the weapons carrier because it was in the Lend-Lease program through Switzerland, so the Swiss Army painted it gray. The next little vehicle back here is an MT Tug. There were 15 of these made. We know of 2 of them left, this being one of them. It is a 3/4 ton Jeep.
Wow.
The gray vehicle is only non-military. It is a CJ2A, early 1946 version. And what makes it special in here is that after the war, there were lots of pieces left over, and everybody loved the sweetheart flat fender Jeep, so they wanted one for their personal use. This one actually has a 3-speed column shift instead of 4-shift.
Wow.
Then in back here is a M38 with an M100 trailer. And then the next vehicle is a 1950 CJV 35 that made about 1,000 of these for the Marine Corps. This was kind of transition between 6-volt to 24-volt. Started playing with sealing ignition systems and fuel systems. And then this Jeep is a M38A1. It's Korean vintage. And of course, a lot of people recognize this. After the military stopped building these for military, they went to a CJ5.
And you got the curved fenders now?
Over here. This beast in the corner, they made 3 of these. They called it High Helen. And the Light Armor Division was doing some cross-country mobility tests with it. And it is an M38A1, just like what you have to the left here, but they had to remove the sheet metal. They put adapters on it, larger wheels. And if you look, it basically has the same width as the track vehicles up front. And so they were probably looking at trying to simulate something that was of the same width of track, so narrow wheel base on Jeep would fall off in it. Another M38, but it's got a complete tube radio in the back with portals in there, so you keep your hands dry on a wet day. Because these were tube radios, so if you know anything about tube radios, they sometimes have a tendency to get a little tingle if you're wet. Mighty Mite said they made these for the Marine Corps from about 1960 through 62. It's an all aluminum body with an air-cooled engine by AMC. There's a AMC motor in the crate up here for it. If you notice, the differentials have the brakes inboard instead of out at the wheels. Swing it back around hard right over here. The gray truck is nicknamed a Burma Jeep. Both it and the CCKW beside it were bomb trucks, so they would actually go in and load up bombs out of a bomb shelter and then put them on trailers and move them out to the tarmac, for aircraft. A couple little generators, portable flamethrower compressors. They would charge up. The one in the middle there is actually backpack mounted. Then we have 2 Mules. These are 3/4 ton vehicles.
I don't know what it is. I just love the little mule design. There's just something.
One on the right is actually a 4-wheel steer, which makes it a little nicer to manipulate around. On the right over here, we have a Fresnel landing system, so that tells the aircraft if they're on the correct glide path coming in.
Nice.
On the left are the M151 series. This was the last 1/4 ton gas vehicle. Of course, the Humvee replaced this vehicle. And
What year is this one?
these were from 1960 up through the early 80s.
Do you know what this specific one is, though?
That one's 1960.
1960. Very
And you have
nice.
416 trailer behind it.
I love the backpack radio.
Yeah, backpack mounted radio. This is an interesting piece. This was a training aid for teaching maintenance on a vehicle. So everything is color coded. So everything red is electrical. You see everything that's orange deals with brake system. The yellow components are the running gear. So it'd be the clutch, the transmission, the differentials. And on the other side, if you get over there, the cutaway of the motor, you actually can see the, step on around over there. You can actually see where Radiators cut away. You can see the push rods and how the how the distributor works.
Oh, wow.
So this was a great training aid before you had, you know, computer-generated models that you could do cutaways on.
That is amazing.
Another,
I didn't notice this, you wrote attention to it.
there's another M151 with a snorkel kit and radio pack in it. So it has a snorkel kit going down the carburetor and exhaust coming up the back, and then a full radio pack in the back corner.
Oh, very nice.
And the military went to non-frontline vehicles. This is a Cut V ambulance.
Very nice.
The little dozer over here on the right is a little American tractor. They made several of these. This one is a little later than World War II. It's in 1949, but they basically had these that they would drop in and start pushing for runways and roads till they get bigger equipment in. Little 37 millimeter, 76, and a 105 howitzer. Everything that we have up here is completely demilled, so there's no operational anything. Interesting thing about this frame, we're going to eventually come back and clean it up. We've got some new rims and tires coming for it. But if you notice on the front, if you're a sports car nut, it's got double torsion suspension.
Wow.
It's got live axles like you have a CV joints, double wishbone frame. All the things you see in sports cars today, the 1941 Jeep.
Well, you know what? They knew what they were doing, and it just took us a while to come back to them.
The tan vehicle is a 1944 Wagon. It has supposed to have round fenders on it. We have a 1943 gentleman that's with the museum is restoring a 1943 right now, and so it hopefully will be back before long.
Uh-oh.
Have to have the urinals and bedpans. We have some stuff we're getting ready to start a small field mobile hospital in the corner here.
I want to thank the owner for letting me in. He really didn't have to, and it was an amazing place to check out. Can't wait to go up there and see it when it's up and fully running. Until now, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, I'm off to go on some more journeys, so why don't you go off and go on some journeys of your own? We'll see you next time.